Do it? Will it do it? I guess it will. Well, anyway, an interesting day. Ah, I got a snag nail over here, darn it. I can feel it. Cat 4 hurricane? I don't know. You know, every time they get all excited about all this stuff, I tend to get a little overexcited because honestly, you can't predict it till it hits ground. That's a fact. And you know, they've got warning for the whole state of Florida. You know, it's like this morning they were like, and if you're even in Picola and all that, you know, you should be evacuating right now. And it's like, please. So all I've ever done is no matter where I was, if there was going to be a big tornado or whatever, and it was fairly close, like real serious biz, and I just like always had a full tank of gas, and I would just get in the car and roll, go opposite direction. Except for two times where we got direct hit by a tornado in our life. It was pretty scary. You've been through nothing till you get direct hit by a tornado. Yeah. But right now it's about probably about 25 knots wind. It's like it would be great to go sailing in. You know what I mean? It's that kind of weather, just very nice. Um, no rain right now. They predicted all kinds of rain today, but not all of that came. Um, but uh, yeah, so I don't know. Nope, I actually did snag that nail. Darn it. But yeah, I don't know. Now, this morning it hit Cancun. It was flooding over there, and then uh, it was hitting lower Florida, and at one point Miami started flooding a little bit. Um, but you know they had ordered evacuations for all that mid Florida and below. That was a big deal this morning. I mean, you know, a lot of people won't go, and the problem is, you know, when they decide to go, it's like they don't have gas in the car, can't get any gas, you know, and there's so much traffic and all kind of stuff, and you know, it's good to leave in due time if you're going to do that. But usually, you can go a couple hours away in a different direction, and you'll be usually okay if you want to be extra precautionary. But so far, where I'm at, it's not bad. It's actually a very nice evening. So I'm still trying to recoup from the hospital. Oh my gosh. My prescriptions are all screwballed up. There's still like four missing and what a disaster. Just a disaster. But anyway, um it's like hell when you get out of the hospital. It was like the last day I was there I was feeling worse and I said, you know, this is not good. And they're like, well, it'll be okay, you know, the doctor says it's okay. And I was like, you know, but I suppose it'll take time to get healed up. So, but I was glad to get my asthma medicine, man. But I'm still missing one. So they screwed everything up. They sent the stuff to like two different pharmacies, and one that I didn't have any interest in going to, and had never been to before. And I was like, why did you even send that over there? They're like, that's your pharmacy. I said, no, it's not. You should ask me, and I would tell you. Because I would go to like Walmart or like Mary Esther or someplace in Mary Esther probably, you know, or it's cheaper. But no, people always like to assume. You know what that means? Make an ass out of you and me. So I don't know what a disaster, but anyway, uh, everything seems kind of copacetic around here. I don't think it's going to be anything major. Um, They're talking about the span, the field span of this thing. There's going to be huge, covering a lot of miles. And like, I guess last time I looked, it was traveling at like 23 miles per hour, which is faster than it was real early this morning. I think I think about 4 in the morning it was running about 12 miles per hour, and then uh, the speeds picked up a little bit. They're claiming it's at 130. That's not a good thing because when Panama got hit a while back, it was clocking through there like 4 miles an hour travel time and like 100 miles an hour like a blender. That's why Panama got so tore up. Panama and Mexico Beach. It just flattened so much stuff out there. It was just unreal. I did a bunch of YouTube vlogs about all that, and it was hard to believe. Absolutely hard to believe. Yeah, my daughter and I did a bunch of vlogs. Went down there. We just couldn't believe it. Because I used to take her down there to Mexico Beach and stuff. Because we had some friends that had the Timeless Band, and um, they used to call and invite us in all the time to go see them perform at different places, and they could get us in places where we didn't even have to pay, big events and stuff. And one of the neatest events was the Wine and Art Festival in Mexico Beach, which is right there at Panama City. And it's a real elite thing. But the band played right on the beach. It was really cool. Those guys rock. But yeah, so I don't know. What a trip. But yeah, it looked spooky today though. The sky would get black. Yesterday was the same way. The sky would get pitch black, and then the clouds would move by real fast. So it's going to be a toss up. Now there could be a lot of tornadoes and stuff because once that electric atmosphere gets going, a lot of weird things happen. Like my battery was going dead this morning. That was really strange. And I said it's got to be electric in the air. Because that's a hydraulic battery in there, and it's not that old. It's maybe a year old, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. I was working on the car today a little bit, and working on the eBay stuff, and got to order my supplies because it expires pretty soon. I don't want to lose my free coupon. I got like a 30 or $35 coupon free for supplies, and I don't want to lose that because they don't like renew that. Like it expires. You get like 4 of them a year. So, but I bet Walmart had a blast today. I bet they sold every bit of water, batteries, candles, propane. People go wild. I know fuel went up. Fuel went up. The other day it was like 250, something like that. And then yesterday it was like 270 something. And I'm like, yeah, that's just for the storm. I hate when they jack those prices up like that. Yep. And Governor DeSantis had a big speech this morning, and he's going, "We won't be out of gas anywhere in Florida. I sent 300 generators out. There will be no gas station that will not be operating." And it's like, that's bull crap. Because what happens is the tractor trailers will get blocked and then they can't come. So they get stuck and can't deliver the fuel. And two, the Walmart gas stations, Murphy USA, are famous, and I mean famous for getting orders from corporate office for every little storm, hurricane, anything at all, to shut down like a day early and be closed for like 2 days completely. It's not because they're out of power, it's because corporate tells them to close it. Yeah. And, that's usually about the cheapest gas around, and it's really a pain in the butt when they shut those down like that. because you have to go to these other gas stations that have all these tourist prices. Yep. So, but yeah, so it's an old timey music. I don't know where it's coming from. But, but yeah, so I hope everybody's doing okay. Hope everybody's safe. We're going to be safe. You know, I don't know how it's going to turn. It looks like it already hit ground, but it looks more like it's going, you know, to like Tampa and past Tallahassee. And like I predicted, it would go up towards Georgia and the Carolinas. And that does worry me because I got a kid that lives in, out by the Carolinas out there. So, um, yeah, I already called to check on that one and make sure they're going to be okay. But so um, we'll see. I mean, it could get hairy in all these other places, but usually mid Florida and lower is where it gets hit the most. That's why insurance is so high and everything. Because it just always gets hit hard. Because it's tropical. Florida's tropical. People are like, "Oh my God, what a terrible place." I'm like, "Why?" You know, we got earthquakes back home in California. Big deal. I was in one of the biggest ones ever when I was a kid. Big wow. You know what I mean? People used to talk when I moved to Oklahoma. I was going to military college. They were going, "Oh, those earthquakes are so bad in California. Like houses are dancing down the street in San Jose." I said, "You're so full of crap." Never in my life I was in one of the biggest earthquakes around when I was a kid, and there were no houses dancing down the street. Trust me. Yep, yep. And we were living in the Pacific Holiday Hotel with 13 floors. That's right. They had 14, but they did have a 13th floor, which they always say that's hoodoo. That you should never have a 13th floor in a building. It's bad luck. But they did. They had 13th floor. Nice place. My mother rented the place, and it was absolutely beautiful. And all one side was all glass overlooking the city. It was pretty outstanding. And we were in that building when that giant earthquake hit. And it hit all the way out to Castaic Junction out by Valencia, out by Magic Mountain. Yeah. It really tore that up out there, though. Whew. It broke a bunch of the freeway up and stuff. It was pretty creepy. But but yeah, I mean, it's just different places have different things. Oklahoma, lots of tornadoes. You know, um, it's different places have different kinds of weather. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I talked to my manager for like 20 years, Freddie Day today, again. Visited with him, just got off the phone with him a little bit ago. A lot of laughs. Boy, those were some of the greatest years, those old Memphis years. Big money. Big bad money. Now that place is too dangerous to really go around. Yeah. I was there just a few years ago. My God. It was so ruined out there. Yeah. We had some fun times back in those days. Whoa, whoa. And that money, mother of God. Tons of money. Just amazing. hmm And I just found out like this month that Cindy Cooper passed away, Steve Cooper's sister. And she was like one of my best friends and bosses. It made me sad. But had some great years, by God. Great, great years. Yeah. Well, there's people out on the roads like normal. A few places closed. They jumped the gun and closed like it was going to be a big, massive deal. What was really funny is one of the gyms closed at noon today. That's how paranoid they were. I was like, you got to be joking. For what reason? Because first of all, the storm wasn't supposed to come in until about like 7 p.m. nightfall, something like that. So it'll be like, what are we worried about at noontime? That's just dumb. And there was all kinds of predictions of rain today, but there wasn't really a lot. There's a couple sprinkles here and there, nothing real seriously major or anything. It's supposed to be raining right now, and nothing's happening. That's the one thing about Weather Channel. You can't totally trust it in Florida. They'll say rain and it'll be clear. You'll be going, who writes this stuff? Yep. God, the weather's so beautiful. Oh, this is sailing weather right here. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, you're in Georgia? Cool beans. Well, the only problem is I think Georgia's going to get whacked. Because that's usually where this sucker goes. It'll go through Georgia and the Carolinas. It'll take a twist. So they'll have all this stuff going, yeah, it's going to Texas, it's going to Louisiana, it's going here. And every time it seems like it either dies in the ocean or it swings up around the states and clocks Georgia and goes out through the Carolinas. That's usually what it does. They said it's Cat 4 right now. But it really did. It flooded a few places this morning down in lower Florida. And it got Miami this morning, actually started flooding it out a little bit. And I wouldn't want to be out by Tallahassee in mid-Florida right now. Even though I really like mid-Florida. I got friends that live down there. BB's Adventures and my friends Charlie and Wanda bought a house down there. And they still have their Georgia house, but they go back and forth. They bought a house out in Lakeland out by BB and them. But neat area, great place. All that down there is super neat. And that, what is it, Hotel Caribbean, whatever it is. I took my youngest daughter down there. We went to go do free play. God, that was such a blast. I got a whole bunch of vlogs on here about that. Such a blast. I took her to meet my running buddy, Eddie Munster. Yep, he's a cool cat. I used to hang out with him when I was back home in California. One of my pals. I never believed he was really the Eddie Munster until I found out he really was. Because they said, that's Eddie Munster. I'm like, you're lying. He's a cool cat, though. He really is Eddie Munster. Butch Patrick from the Munsters. Mm-hmm. But now he lives in mid-Florida. He left California right after I did. And moved to Florida. How you like that? Yep. Same guy, just looks real old. Because see, he was older than me back then. Yep. Yep. What a character. Huh. Yeah, weather's beautiful. I mean, it's like a nice day for sailing. It's probably 25 knots, something like that. A little gusty here and there, but probably about 20, 25 knots. It's nice. Not cold, not hot. But, we don't know what the rest has to bring. That one street lamp is swinging a little bit right there. And that street lamp right there is like from the 70s, probably. Yep. I don't think it's going to get too bad up this way. If it does anything, it just might rain. But, and there may be a possibility of maybe some tornadoes and stuff. Thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. But I don't think it's going to get real hairy over here. I mean, you can't predict those tornadoes. They bite. But the people I feel for are those jokers out by Tallahassee in mid-Florida. Whoa. Out in Carolinas. They keep talking about The Carolinas getting really, really, really bad. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I love you, man. You know who we haven't seen on here in a while? Because I can never get on the Wi-Fi. I'm on it right now though. Um, oddly enough, is uh Blue Jeans. I haven't seen her Blue Jeans in a while. She just was talking about coming down here, and I haven't seen her in a long while. But probably because I wasn't on. She only likes to come on the live. Is everybody safe? I guess. Um, Weather's beautiful right here, right now. It's just blowing about 20, 25 knots. That's nice. Like I said before, great for sailing. I'm worried for my family and my friend. They live in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. I'd be worried about Georgia and the Carolinas, especially the Carolinas. I told everybody that. I said that sucker isn't going to be anywhere near here, and it'll either die before it hits ground or it's going to swing and go up by Georgia and the Carolinas because that's usually what it does. It hit them terrible. It really will. I feel bad for Tallahassee now. That's an old, old city. It'd be shameful if that sucker gets tore up. But, they were pointing at Destin for a minute. But I was like, no, that's not happening. And then by, I think around 11 o'clock, they were targeting, like, Santa Rosa. So that's right before Panama. That's right after Sandestin. My prescriptions are so damn screwed up you would never believe it. That's like a whole nother vlog. It's so stupid. Dealing with 2 different pharmacies in the hospital and why they sent some of them to one pharmacy that I would never use because it's way somewhere that I'd never been before. And that was a disastrous mess. And it's still screwballed up. And I got so aggravated with it yesterday. I was going to go back over to the hospital after the second pharmacy. And I was like, screw it. I'm done today. I've had enough bull crap. Because I was playing with that since morning. Going back and forth and having to call it the hospital. And the hospital called the pharmacy that wanted to get the stuff out. And they had half of it at another pharmacy somewhere else. What a disaster area. It was ridiculous. But I still have some prescriptions missing. And I'm just going to have to get the hospital to contact the doctors or reissue or something. So I can get the rest of them. I don't know what's up. I don't know if the other pharmacy deleted or what. But hell, when I went in there was a 10-ton of people in there. There was hardly anybody in the store. There were about 4 cars in the parking lot. So I thought I was a lucky one. And I was not feeling good. Dude, I could barely walk. And I walked to the back and God, dog, pharmacy looked like a all the way live bar. There was so many workers and so many customers, and I'm like, I'm not waiting around for all this. So I just went to the bathroom and went out the door. I was like, forget it. I was rough yesterday. I was really still not feeling good because, I just got out of the hospital the day before. And really felt worse, from leaving the hospital. And so today I feel crappy too. It may take time. It may take time to get better. I don't know. But I can breathe through my nose about halfway now. And yay for my asthma medicine. I only got one of them though. I had 2. I only got 1 so far. And hopefully they'll get that straightened out. And my lungs are about half good. They're not all cleared out. I was kind of hoping I'd be like all 100% better when I left, but they were like, no, you're okay. You can go ahead and go. And it's like, oh, no. But it was nice while I was there. It's so nice to be horizontal, heat and air. not have to worry about every little noise and everything around the car and all that crap. And car was under video the whole time I was there, which is nice. And security. So I scratched it a few places, but I can get that out. You know, a million people coming in and out of hospital parking lot, right? Boy, when you go there, be ready when they decide they're going to keep you. I had no idea they were going to keep me because everything's in the car and they won't let you go to the car, boy. They will not. Look, if you'll just let me go to my car for a second. Oh no, we can't let you do that. You know, it was like, dude. So, but I mean, it's not the nicest hospital I've ever been in, that's for sure. But you know what? That hospital really strives for good service. You know, it's quite impressive. And I mean, they'll tell you that they're just constantly super nice. I have never seen a hospital with workers that will really try to be nice. Usually, a hospital will treat you like trash. but but everybody was really quite nice. There was only one girl that was a poo poo head, but everybody else was fabulous. Even the two doctors, they were super neat. I just wish they would have explained things to me or told me more because they had me scared, boy, when I was in there. Like, so you have what do they call that? COPD. They said, so you have COPD. Man, they said about 4 times. I said, are you telling me I have COPD, or are you telling me that I just got COPD, or are you reading somebody else's documents? You know, I'm like, why do you say that? And they're like, you have oxygen at home? I'm like, no, never have. And no. And no, I don't carry oxygen in the car. I don't think that's legal. I think it would probably blow up if you got in a car wreck. You'd be killing people. So a lot of stuff didn't make sense to me. They kept asking me, and um, it the worst part was alarm on the freaking bed. Oh my gosh, they had this alarm. Look at this thing flying across the parking lot right here. I thought it was an animal for a minute ago. Sometimes you see foxes over here. They're really cool when you see a fox. They come out of the woods and stuff, and they just creep along. They're like a really big cat, but a little smaller than a dog. There's a palm. I think that's a palm leaf blowing. It's pretty slick. Look like the magic carpet. But yeah, so um, you know, uh, the food was pretty crappy though. I was really surprised because usually hospital food is like better than any restaurant. That food was really blah, you know, and but I mean, hell, it was free. I had three meals free. But you know what? When they told me that I wasn't going to pay a penny, I've got to call back and find out what's going on because I got a message from radiology and about my bill. So I need to find out what happened there because they gave me another X-ray. Was it the day I left or the day before? It might have been the day I left. I think they did an X-ray that morning of my lungs, which I thought maybe they would tell me about it, but they didn't. But there's something on there that I have to go through those papers. There's something on there where you're supposed to be able to go in there and look at everything online to see what everything is. But I got stacks of papers. I got this big file that they gave me when I left. And I do need to go through that and read a bunch of stuff, see what they got. But yeah, the biggest thing was I went in there. The number one factor for me going in there, they called it respiratory failure. That's pretty bad. So, my oxygen levels was so bad the whole week. Oh my gosh, they were like freaking out. Their oxygen is so low, it's so low. I'm like, so fix it. You know? But they finally got it to pull up like the last day. They got my oxygen to pull up to about 89, I think. But it was way low. Oh my gosh, it was so low. Let's see. The last time. It's so hard to see the messages on this freaking YouTube. I wish they'd fix it. It's a mess. What does this do? That's probably why they want you on oxygen. I, I was on oxygen every day. It's the last day. Last time I was in the hospital, they gave me paper prescriptions, and another time they let me pick the pharmacy and send them electronically. Yeah, it was real weird because there was one day, I think it was like the second or third day, this guy came up to me with a clipboard, and he was like, "Okay, so all these prescriptions," I'm like, "Am I leaving today?" And he's like, "Well, no, but we'll just send him over to such and such." And I said, "Why?" I said, "You have a pharmacy here at the hospital. Why don't you just fill it here?" And it's not a public pharmacy. It's only for the hospital. So, you know, I said, "Can it just be filled here, or how does it go?" I was kind of hoping for that because when they said they were going to handle the whole bill and everything, when I got there, um, I was hoping that I could get that all done there too because I found out there was a pharmacy there. And so, on board. So, um, I was surprised they didn't do that. But the guy was like, "We'll just send it to such and such." I said, "Why?" I was like, "Where is that?" And they were like, "Oh, it's way out on racetrack." I said, "So why would you send it over there?" I said, "I don't want anything sent way over the other side of town over here." And they were like, "Well, that's your pharmacy." I said, "No, it isn't." I said, "You send it to Walmart, Destin, Fort Walton, you know, or one of the pharmacies in Mariester because they're cheaper. Yeah, that's another trade secret there. Cheaper prices if you go over to Mariester. So I guess that goofy dude sent some of them to that one oddball damn pharmacy way over across town. Why, I don't have a damn clue, bozo. But I had I had one set of documents that had like three or four prescriptions that went to this one pharmacy this way across town, and then I had like 8 or 10 prescriptions that they gave me upon leaving too that didn't have a list of any pharmacy on them. And so, obviously I was going to take him to Destin or Fort Walton or Mariester, you know. So I was hoping to get everything all moved over, and it was just a nightmare mess, the whole thing. It's still not fixed. Yep. So I'm kind of pissed. But they should never split all that crap up to begin with. It was just dumb. I mean, I would think if you're going to be like calling in or programming prescriptions in, that they would all go to one place. Like, really? And hopefully, if they would like ask the client where they'd like them to go, you know, that was kind of Mickey Mouse. But other than that, everything else was pretty good over there. Um, but God, you don't get any sleep. They were in there every 2 hours, 24 hours a day. Doing, they took so much blood out of me. If I had sold blood, I'd probably made about $700. They were taking blood out of me every single day, and that's probably what made me so tired too. Um, and I was on oxygen every single day, 24 hours until like the last day I was there, and then um, they thought they would cut me loose. I wasn't quite sure because I thought I was going to leave the day before, and then they held me um, I guess to do that other X-ray maybe. I've never been X-rayed more in my whole entire life. Okay, there's so many X-rays I could be platinum. That's right. Twisted steel and sex appeal, 100% platinum. But yeah, so but I'm glad I went. I'm glad I went. I didn't realize how serious it was, and what I should have done. I was saying that today to a couple friends of mine. What I should have done was when I got there, I should have called to ask somebody to come to the car to get me. Because it took me about 25 minutes to get from the car to the emergency room door because I could barely walk because I couldn't breathe. So I had to stop. After about 6 steps, I had to stop. Wait a second, start again. Like I was 100 years old or something. Like, really? Yeah, I was in bad shape. The thing that bothers me most, I think, is the oxygen level. What was the deal with that? You know? I mean, oxygen is like really important. It's like what makes your brain run and stuff. Oxygen in your blood pumping through your heart and stuff. Like, you know? I'm really pretty concerned about that. But again, I probably need to get in and read a lot of those documents. Who's this clown face that's driving around my car? Can you please go find something to do? People just don't even know where they're going, honestly. Yeah, right. It is definitely concerning. Definitely concerning. Oh, it's starting to get a little blustery now. Orientation is locked. Rotate the device back. I didn't even rotate it. Man, they got this. YouTube is so screwballed up. It's about as bad as eBay with all the updates. Yeah, so I don't know. I hope we don't have any tornadoes tonight. I really don't care for those too much. Those you cannot predict. That is some serious Dorothy Wizard of Oz stuff. You know what I mean? Yep. I was cleaning some of the car today. I wanted to do the plugs, but it kept raining on and off. Because I want to pull the plugs out of that one side and inspect those. So I've either got a lifter popping or it's the the plugs are not. Maybe one is cracked or chipped or out of gap. The plugs are really expensive on this car, so um, you don't gap them or anything when you put them in. Honest to God, because you're not supposed to be touching them, and so you can't like really readjust them unless you're like really magical. Um, because they tell you don't do it, and man, that guy sings good. Did you hear that guy on that bicycle just singing away? Great voice. But yeah, I'm gonna inspect one side of that block and pull those all those plugs and look at them and see if maybe it's a plug that's out of whack or something, which is creating like an exhaust. It might be an exhaust hiss instead of a lifter tap. So a plug can create that. See, I don't have any dash lights running. I could run my dealer level scanner though and check, but I don't have any dash lights running, saying there's a problem. But there's a problem, trust me. And if it's like a manifold gasket or something, then that's not as bad. But if it's a lifter, it's not a good thing. So when I was making money last year, I was going to buy another car, and that got all messed up, and I didn't get to do that. Yep. Talked to my brother today. He wants me to come back to California again. Still, I don't know. I might. Rather not. I might. I cannot predict. Except for that, I just don't really. I don't really care to live here. I'd rather kind of like be somewhere else. There's some other places I would like to live and work at in my life. So, boy, I miss being on the road, man. I got a lot of friends in different states that I miss. Just dropping in to say hi. Like Wayne Webb, who's like my brother, man. Oh my God. Best steak in the town. Oh, so good. Amazing good. Yep. Yeah, it's getting a little bit gustier now. It's probably up to about, it might be up to about 30 knot right now. A little bit more gusty. Not a big hairy deal. Just gotta kind of watch for tornadoes. That's a hard thing to do. Because they're usually just a big surprise whenever they come. I can't believe that one gym closed at noon today. That's hilarious. Hard to believe. And today was actually a very nice day. Not bad at all. No super heavy rain. But here and there was a little bit of rain, but nothing major. Pretty nice day. Yep. Just one look at me. Do do do. Do 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 do. Ooh, now it's starting to get real windy all of a sudden. Sky, the clouds are really low. Oh my gosh. Like you can literally see the white clouds just right here. I mean, you can almost stand up and touch them. Whoa. I have never seen clouds that low. Oh my gosh. That is so wild. Dude. You should see the clouds over me. Oh my gosh. They're just right there. That is tripper. Look around, see if I got any trees or telephone poles near me. That's one thing you got to really watch too, because They'd just come out like toothpicks if tornadoes hit him. But the last time, you see, well, the big one, back around 2001, it hit on a beautiful sunny day. There wasn't even wind. It was a beautiful, beautiful day, and all of a sudden that sucker combed down right over that house. That was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. It was really scary. My daughter was like what, 4 weeks old? Dude, I can't believe we lived through that tornado. Hard to believe. I cannot believe how low these clouds are. I don't know if I've ever seen clouds that low. It was like tornado. That's kind of trippy. I gotta go find a place to be that's not near trees and poles and things. That'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be real interesting. Ooh, that didn't sound good. That sounded like gunshot. Hopefully it's just a tire blew out. I don't see any lightning. Yeah, I'm not really digging gunshot sounds and speeding trucks. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. The restaurants are still open. So I guess they decided it wasn't going to be a big hairy deal too much around here. A lot of times I start shutting all this stuff down and you just go, why? 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 You know? And some people just get real excited. We're talking all day long about this big Cat 4 hurricane. Oh my gosh. It's like, dude, be real. I hadn't even hit ground yet. You can't even predict it. Oh, I see the car with the alarm going off. What a doofus. I remember when they first came out with those alarms like that. And I had this Cadillac, and they didn't show me the alarm thing at the dealership, and I was like wigging out. I couldn't get the stupid thing to turn off. And then some guy came over and helped me. He's like, here, I'll show you. Put the key in the door. I'm like, that's not working. I already tried that. He's like, watch. And he showed me, and you could put the key in the door, turn it the other way, and it would reset the car. Yeah. But usually it's somebody letting their kids play with a key fob, and they'd be pushing all the buttons, and they'd turn the alarm on. Oh, bye bye. But it is nice weather this evening so far. It is quite nice. I'm be worried about you guys over there in Georgia and stuff. Oh my gosh. I'm surprised there's like no people around here because there's hardly any people. There's some people in the restaurants, but uh, usually there's people around this parking lot. I think everybody's decided to go hide. Or it might be that new boondocking law that went into effect this week. Okaloosa County, no boondocking. It's going to be interesting. Now, this is the part I don't like is when the wind stops, okay? That's the part that's creepy. I cannot believe how low those clouds are. I mean, I swear, it's like I could stand on my tippy toes and reach up and touch them. And the car's so small it looks like a tennis shoe. You think you're going to be going somewhere, they're not going to go anywhere, I'm telling you. Because that place, I think, has already been closed. They always close early. This other stuff's all open. I put a bar over here. I didn't know that was a bar until recently. I was like, gosh. Hope I get to go to work tomorrow. I was hoping to go today, but didn't do that, so I'll go tomorrow. I'll get to. That will be exciting. I got bills to pay. I got these storages to pay. And eBay's just deader than a doornail. And it's eBay Open this week. Big event, yeah. And it's deader than a damn doornail. For like everybody, it's terrible. And this is quarter 4. This is the bigger time of the year. So sales should be, continual. I didn't believe that this year would be real good for, Q4. I don't know. When they get Trump in, it may just bang away. Because Trump can really help us, man. We're in massive depression. This is ridiculous. Food's high, gas high. It's like being in California. Ridiculous. What a mess. I said, one thing about Trump, he's so good with numbers financially. He's like Musk. Musk is the same way. I watched a thing. It was funny as hell the other day on Musk. It was just a cracker. I think he was talking about Twitter. He was like, he terminated like 80% of the employees, right? And I'm like, God, you terminated 80% of employees? He said, yeah, because we don't need that many. So you don't need all those employees to run it. And then they were talking about, was it laws or something the other day? He's like, yeah, I would just get rid of all those laws. Just make sure people follow the basic rules for every state and forget all that other stuff. He's like, that's a waste of breath. And I was like, yeah, I agree. I agree. Well, I suppose I better get rolling and go find a good spot. Hopefully. Probably won't sleep much tonight until the majority of this hurricane has moved through Florida. It's going pretty fast. Last time I looked, it was like 25 mile an hour. That's pretty fast. It's tracking. So it shouldn't take long. I just worry about the Carolinas and all that out there. You know, because I may sit down and grind over there for a minute. It may get really crappy. I'm very surprised this one's moving so fast, tracking. I don't think I can recall any time where they moved quite that fast. But anyway, I thought I'd just check in with you guys, say hi, see what's up, see if everybody's okay. I heard a lot of people coming up through 65 this afternoon. That was a dumb move. They should have attempted that. If you're in mid Florida or lower Florida, you need to do that like days ahead of time. Because they get like a million people all of a sudden want to leave and then nobody can get out. They're just sitting there out in the open, when you could be at least taking cover. So, but anyway, yep, there goes that wind again. I don't like that. It stopped. That's when it's the worst. If it stops. But no lightning. I haven't seen any lightning so far. Just the clouds are unreal low. And they're moving a little bit slower right now for some reason. They were moving real fast a little bit ago. Too much stupid that way, not like that. But anyway, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. All right, I love you. Thanks for dropping by. Do some kind for a stranger. Love everybody. Keep it positive. Positive. Don't be around negative people. It'll ruin your day. It'll rain on your parade. And too much of a good thing is wonderful, and we'll take a ton of that. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one.